Okay, guys. So I decided to do a look at ahead in the year 2025 for the Lukola fandom. So what I did is I did a 12 card spread. One card each represents a month, kind of like a theme for the month. It's not going to get into any great details. Just again, the vibe, the theme, what you can expect, the energy of that month to kind of bring the fandom themselves. So, let's jump into this. Okay, so first card I have here for January is the Queen of Wands. Okay, what I'm getting from that is something is going to happen within the month of January that is going to bring new energy and confidence to the fandom as a whole. This could be a lot of different things, okay? It could range from just like a pollen pick coming out. I do feel like this is very Nicola surrounding, like there's very good chance that there's going to be a lot of interaction from Nicola in the fandom during January. A lot of news coming out regarding Nicola, maybe new projects being announced. I also feel like there's some information that many in the fandom regarding Nicola and possibly even Luke combined that is going to be bringing a newfound energy to fans. Again, this could be a pollen pick. It could be new work being announced. It could be a relationship being revealed. It's not saying that, but it doesn't mean that can't be part of this. I mean, this is, again, just one card that's giving the vibe of the month. So whatever it is positive. It seems very positive, at least for certain parts of the fandom. I know right now the fandom's very split. So whatever part of the fandom this is referring to, they're going to be feeling very energetic and confident. And it's going to be good. For the month of February, we got the Page of Cups. I'm sorry, I have the sniffles, so please forgive me. Page of Cups. This is bringing a lot of idealism from the fandom. Kind of a spiritual growth coming from there. It's also a lot of lightheartedness. I would say a lot of joy. I think some people will be kind of remembering why we started the fandom in the first place, why they joined the fandom in the first place, what brought them so much joy and in this particular, ship. I feel like there's something very positive. This one also talks about a love offer. Now, this reading is on the fandom, but it's possible there might be some kind of announcement as well in this time frame. Like I said in January, it didn't say anything about romance there necessarily, or like a relationship, but Page of Cups actually does kind of speak to that. So that is possible that a relationship is going to be announced, or at least revealed. I do feel, I know we've gone through and done timelines before. Timelines are tricky, especially when you're talking about people, real people who have to make decisions. And some decisions in some situations will cause delays. And I do feel with Luke and Nicola, their timeline has been delayed from what it even was a month ago. So there has been some things that have happened in their lives, some choices that have been made that has delayed their connection. So I feel like I do still feel they're on track, that is still a possible outcome for them. But I do feel like it is possible that they have been delayed in this connection for a number of reasons. But what I'm seeing in February, I do see potential, and it's being felt by the fandom. Okay, so for March is Temperance. It's the Temperance card. The Temperance card is talking about balance and peace. It's talking about tranquility and just finding calmness. It's finding that calmness and balancing it out, okay? Finding a purpose. I feel like there'll be a good portion of, or actually most of the fandom will find some kind of acceptance and balance in the outcome that is taking place in the month of March. They're going to be finding balance. Not so much of this like contention that we've been getting a lot here in the past month or so, a couple months. A lot of that back and forth hate. I feel like the fandom's going to maybe come together more and find balance and harmony again. Again, kind of like it was prior to the summer of hell. Summer from hell. So yes, I do feel like that is something that is going to occur in the month of March. And again, that temperance, that balance could be as a result of whatever is revealed in January and February. So, the next card we have here, which is for the month of April, is the Star card. That is a wish card. Okay, that is wishes being granted, healing happening, spiritual healing happening. This is, again, people regaining faith, people getting kind of in touch with their own spirituality again, and finding, again, that balance and that tranquility and that calmness in their lives that over the last few months here, just we haven't had. There's been so much chaos, and I do feel like the fandom is going to be very content, okay? So that's very positive. We've needed that as a whole, as a fandom. The month of May talks about the Two of Coins. This is a little bit of adapting. This is again finding that balance, kind of making decisions and. With the fandom, I just feeling like this balance, needing to maintain that balance, carrying that balance out from the star. The star, you found that balance. I feel like in May, the fandom is just, they're going to have to keep holding it out. Like, I feel like come May, like we're not gonna see a whole lot coming from these two. I don't feel like you're gonna get a lot of interaction, and it could just be that they're happy living their lives, and there's not going to be a lot of back and forth. And because of the peace of people are feeling in this, I feel a lot of people will be letting go. Not that they're not going to be fans anymore, but the hard obsession that a lot of people have within the fandom, this need to watch and clock every single bit of their moves, their comings or goings, everything. I feel like that need is going to disappear within a lot of people, a vast majority of the fandom. And I do feel like it's because something will have already taken place. Either they will be content in their relationship with each other, or they will be content in whatever alternate path that they have taken. And I feel like the fandom will have felt contentment, for the most part. And yeah, which makes me kind of feel like maybe it is going to be more along the positive end of things for the fandom, what we've been hoping for, since especially considering the star coming out the month prior. So I do think that this is very possible it's going to be positive versus, them choosing their alternative paths. But I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of letting go. A lot of letting go kind of mentality. Now, I feel also, so saying that, we go into the next month, which is June. And the June actually has a Eight of Swords, okay? Something in June might cause a bit of a stir, maybe a little panic. But I don't think that it is whatever it is, I don't think it's what you think it is type thing. I think that it is possible that somebody's stirring up some shit for them. I feel like this is a situation where it's just not what it seems. Okay, it's just not what it seems. That's what's coming to me. It just isn't what it seems. And I feel like as soon as the mask, the eye mask that she has on her eyes, the little blinder that she has on, comes off, that the truth is revealed and things will be okay. So I feel like this isn't something huge at all. I don't feel like this is huge. I think that it is a misdirection type thing. And possibly somebody trying to screw with the fans. Or trying to screw with Lukola and Luke. It's possible. But either way, the fandom might have a little bit of a, oh my God, moment. But I don't think it's anything you have to actually worry about. I think it is a false flag type thing. And I say that also because of what comes up in the next month. So in July, we have the Two of Cups. Again, this is for the fandom, since we're talking as a whole, this is a lot of love feeling, a lot of feeling of love and being in sync. If this was actually for Luke and Nick, it would possibly be, a connection, relationship, love, maybe even marriage. There's a lot of things that could be happening in that time, but because this is for the fandom, I'm feeling like whatever it is, whatever happens in July, I feel like we'll be feeling very good about the status of things, and we'll be very, very much in sync again, kind of like, April and such. So month of March and April, feeling very in sync, feeling, getting back to what we love again about the fandom. So for August, we have the Emperor. The Emperor, I'm feeling for the fandom is stability. That's what's coming to mind, is stability. Again, things I feel are working well at this point. Like the projection right now at this point, this snapshot ahead for the next 12 months, so far is looking quite well. It looks very stable. I feel like people are finding stability in their own lives and in the fandom, and I feel like things are just going to be calmer, a lot calmer than they were last August. It's a stark contrast to what we had last August. And so I feel like this is something that is, and I also feel like maybe it's possible Luke is going to be coming into his own. Maybe there's some new projects that's going to be coming out or being revealed in August, or maybe he's starting I don't know if that's when it's announced, or maybe that's when he's starting the new project. Something revolving around Luke, though. I really feel that that's a Luke thing right there. Yeah. And I feel like whatever it is, it's something that's going to bring joy to the fandom. And again, that feeling of stability is there. The next card here, September, is the Nine of Coins. This is about abundance. It talks about mature. It talks about being fulfilled, and so on and so forth. It's like the rewards of your labor. That's one of the key phrases on here. And again, I feel like those of us who have kind of stuck this out over the years, for me, it's been, it'll be about a year, a little over a year at that point. But yeah, for others, they've been in the ship for multiple years. Some of us just, recently in the past year became members of the Lukola ship. But yeah, I feel like they're going to be feeling, most of the fandom's going to be feeling very full of peace and contentment, and feeling of stability. That's what I'm feeling. Like things are just kind of are. Things just are. So again, whenever things become stable and peaceful, there's always someone who's stirring shit. I just want to say that tends to happen. You notice this every few months, somebody's stirring something up. And I feel like the month of October is going to be similar to that. And I think it's because of boredom, honestly. I think people are just bored. And with the Knight of Coins, that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like bored. And like things are just, there's nothing going on. Like you're stuck and you're feeling stifled, and, like nothing's happening right now. And so in order to get some drama back in our lives, there are going to be people who are going to start stirring shit up. I think it's the same people who are currently like to stir shit, that the fandom has not kicked out yet, which honestly I feel like they should. There's certain people that claim to be fans that are followed, have a lot of followers, that do not have the fandom's best interest at heart, that they have alternative motives for what they do, and it comes from a very selfish place. I feel it comes from a place of like they either monetize from the followers, or it's their ego. Like they feel like, oh well, I'm the biggest fan, and everybody needs to listen to what I say because I know everything, and I have the inside scoop on everything. And really, they're just stalkers. Stalkers that have bad intentions. Okay. I think maybe they started off with good intentions, but their ego has gotten too big. Personally, that's what I'm thinking. I'm feeling here is that their egos have gotten too big, and as a result, what they do is they start to stir shit up in the fandom. Things are calm, things are harmonious, and maybe nothing's happening at that time. And in order to get clicks and likes and interactions on their pages, they will start to stir shit up. They'll make shit up. They will create drama. And that's what I'm feeling for the month of October and November. I feel like it's going to be something that runs over through those months because we've got the Nine of Coins in reverse in October, and then the Five of Swords for November. This is a lot of hostility. Okay, this is a lot of hostility and conflict within aggression within the fandom. And I really do feel it's because of a few bad actors that, honestly, the future is not set in stone. It is very fluid. This could be avoided, honestly. That's what I'm feeling. Like this drama next year in October and November can be avoided, if the fandom were to take action now and kind of kick their asses out of the fandom. Personally, like, granted, I mean, there's no way to really sign them out, but you can unfollow these people. You can leave, not subscribe to their lives or their private channels or any of that stuff. If they post something, don't repost it. Don't interact with them. Don't click on their page. Don't like stuff. Don't dislike stuff. Don't argue with them. Don't give them any interaction whatsoever, is my advice, because they get paid by your interactions, and some have like actual paywalls, or private, accounts and things like that people are paying to be a part of, or, whatnot, or just their public platforms, just the interactions. I know once you hit a certain amount of followers, you can monetize. I know I get messages all the time about, monetizing my platforms, and I won't do it. You guys know my opinion when it comes to monetization off of readings, especially when they are readings on people, even though they are public figures and technically are free game. I don't feel it is proper to try to make a profit off of people that you don't have consent to read on them. It's different if someone gives you consent and says, I would like you to do a personal reading on me, and you charge them, which I don't even do. But when you don't even have consent, I don't agree with that. So, some people have platforms that are monetized, but they do readings on lots of different types of people. That's different. They do lots of different kinds of readings. They produce lots of different content. They're not exclusive to reading off of one person. That to me feels different. But if their content is only Lukola, which is majority of what I post publicly. I don't post any of my other readings until recently, the Zodiac readings. But I don't personally feel that is appropriate to ask for money for reading on people I don't have consent to read on, even though they are public figures. That's also why I don't read on them. I'm refusing to read on them frequently, because we don't have consent from them to read on them, and drain their energy the way that does. And yes, harm can come to them energetically by reading on them every week. But that is a discussion for another day. What we're talking about right now is those who are profiting off of stirring up chaos in the fandom. And that is something, again, I said that we're going to see in October, November timeframe. Unless actions are taken to unfollow these people, deplatform them. Don't give them the platform that they have been seeking and have been using to create chaos and stir up trouble. Guys, you have the power to shut these people up. All you have to do is ignore them. Don't engage with them. Don't go to their pages. Just like with DM, with Demois. You don't have to go to her pages and interact with her. Don't like her stuff. Don't argue with her stuff. Don't go look at her stuff. You withdrawing, ghost them. Ghosting these people, these content creators that stir up shit is the best thing you can do, because that takes the wind out of their sails. That takes the money out of their pockets and the drive out of them. They no longer have influence anymore. They can no longer use it to cause problems. that is my advice. I highly recommend that everybody look around you in the fandom, look for who is actually causing problems. And I'm not talking about someone who just does a reading that you don't like. I'm talking about those who go out of their way to create content that is purposefully there to stir up emotions and chaos and so on and so forth. Okay, so you guys have been warned. You've gotten my advice. Do with it what you will. For December, the last month of 2025, we have the Queen of Cups. And I feel like we're ending the year on a strong note. The Queen of Cups is talking about, idealism again. She's an idealist. She has deep emotions that are usually very loving, and she talks about being intuitive and empathy and stuff like that. It is just kind of in the flow, going with the flow. It is being content, being very content. So I feel that December, whatever takes place in December, I think the fandom will have gotten over, or at least seen through the bullshit from October and November from those people, chaos shit stirrers, agent provocateurs, whatever the fuck you want to call them. That's what I feel like they are, honestly. I feel like whatever shit they were stirring, I feel come December, the fandom will be in a much better place, a lot more content, and feeling lighthearted and happy. I mean, it is the holidays. You know, the holidays do tend to have that effect on people, but as a fandom, I feel like things will be in a good place. You'll be feeling happy and loved and feeling a lot of love within the community. I think, and the idealism, just again, there's whatever in their lives, it feels optimistic and positive. That's what I'm feeling, a lot of optimism and a little positivity for the month of December. So overall, 2025 has the potential. And I do say potential because these are just a snapshot and over a possible path for the fandom. Things can change. Again, future is very fluid, and you have the ability to change and influence things in throughout the year. And tomorrow this entire path could completely alter. It's up to people making decisions. But as of this point, this being the most likely path for 2025 for the fandom as a whole, it looks good. It looks very good. It looks a lot of calmness and peace, a lot of joy, but also some shit stirrers in the mix. You got it. That's happening throughout the year. Again, I feel like these people, as soon as they stop getting engagement because people are at a very calm place, they feel the need to stir shit up in order to get clicks and engagements on their sites. So again, you guys have control over this. You can kick them out by just ghosting them, unfollowing them, kicking them to the curb, basically. Don't engage with them at all, and they will go away. Okay? And you can avoid some of this shit stirring. Okay? They're not the know-all be-all, okay? That's just what they like to tell you because they have egos the size of fucking Texas. They are not the end-all be-all, okay? They do not know all. Some of them, I would consider a stalker, stalker levels. But even still, they don't know everything, okay? And you shouldn't rely on them or listen to everything they say, because a lot of the times they're just full of shit and trying to create chaos by getting under your skin. So, the card on the bottom of my deck here, kind of like the underlying message for the year of 2025, it's the Judgment card. And the Judgment card is talking about an awakening. It's talking about a new spiritual journey, rebirth. You know, again, a lot of this past year, last several months, has been very chaotic. And again, I keep feeling like there's going to be some harmony and some acceptance. And, and people are going to be getting back to a place where it's not so stressful for the most part. That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like there's good stuff ahead. But as always, I want to caution you guys to remember to keep one foot firmly planted in reality here in the 3D. Accept the things that that are real, that are happening. You don't have to like them, but you do need to accept the things that are happening. And, we don't know what the future is going to be. I'm not a fortune teller. I'm reading the energy, okay? And the energy for each month is giving some kind of a forecast. But as I said, decisions can be made that can alter this. And I want to caution you guys to just, prepare for the worst, but hope for the best, okay? That should always be the policy, Be aware that they have the ability to make decisions in their lives that may alter their path, okay? And it may not be what you want it to be, okay? Things certainly have not been working out the way we've wanted it to the last many months. They've already altered their path. They've delayed their timeline, at least from when I did them. But as I said, from moment to moment, I could do a reading, and the next moment that timeline could change. So we have to keep that in mind, that they do have the free will to choose not to pursue something with one another. Again, I haven't done a reading on Luke and Nicola in probably about a month, and it may be another few weeks. I don't know when. I do feel the need to do one soon-ish. I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to do that. I'm really trying to be respectful of their energy and distance myself from them and their energy some, so that when I come to my reading, I can be more objective, and I don't miss things. As I've said to you guys before, when you read too frequently on people, you're too close to the subject. And it's also true when you are emotionally invested in the outcome of a reading that sometimes you're going to misread things. You're not going to see something that was there because you're going to misinterpret what it's saying. You're going to see love here, and you're going to assume it's the way you want it to be and not what it actually is. And that's what kind of threw me off with the whole JD thing, because he really did kind of sneak in there, because we weren't looking for him. We assumed everything that we were getting on Luke and Nicola was pertaining to Luke and Nicola. We didn't see that where the adjacents came in, unless it was negative. And that just isn't the reality. They're with these people, or we're with these people on some level, whether it is friendship, or whether it is connection, whether it's just a hookup, but they are with these people in their lives for a reason. And it's not negative always. So sometimes we misinterpret things as readers. And it especially happens when we are emotionally invested in the outcome of that reading. So my goal was, of course, to pull back so that when I looked at the reading, I did a reading on them again, I could hopefully see these subtleties that I was missing, because I saw that and I went, oh, that must be Luke, because it says a love offer is coming through, or because there is the Two of Cups. That's their card, so that must be them. Well, no, it's not necessarily what the Spirit's telling me. And sometimes we interpret things from Spirit differently because we're not listening to his subtle messages, or his or hers, whoever the Spirit guide is. But the point is that when we want something so much, everything we see is going to just confirm what we want. And anything we see that doesn't confirm that, a lot of readers, myself included, kind of dismissed it and went, oh, I must be getting, so-and-so must be fucking with my reading, talking about one of the adjacents, their energy. And honestly, that's not always true. Sometimes it's just we're not seeing what we want to see, and therefore we're dismissing it. And again, that's why I want to caution you guys from jumping and being too harsh on any readers, not naming names, that tell you something that might be different from other things you're hearing. Because it is very possible that particular reader had taken a big step backwards and is now seeing things differently than they had before, because before they had been too close to the subject, too emotionally invested in the outcome, and now they have removed themselves a little and they're looking at things a little differently. I can't tell you what my reading's going to be like because I haven't done it, but I'm going to be straight up with you guys. I'm going to post it whether it is good or bad. And if you don't like what I have to say, too fucking bad. Too fucking bad. That is a you problem, not a me problem. I'm not going to sit here and blow smoke up your ass and tell you what you want to hear if that is not what my cards and my spirit guide is telling me. Okay? Just let's be very fucking clear right now. I'm not getting paid for this. I have no financial incentive to tell you what you want to hear. Others might. I do not. Okay? So I want you to know that when you come to my readings, I'm going to give you the straight fucking truth of what I'm getting. Now, whether or not those things transpire, I can't tell you. I'm not a fucking mind reader here, and I don't know them. I don't have consent to read on them personally. So there's going to be blockage in my readings. There's always going to be a block somewhere in our readings because we do not have that consent. There will be some kind of mental blockage. So we're not going to get the full story. But I will give you the truth as far as I can see it. Okay? And I will try to do my best to be as objective and straightforward as I can with you, okay? Without my biases or my wants and my desires clouding the outcome of the reading, okay? So, if you don't like what I come up with, too fucking bad. You don't have to follow me, okay? If you want to have people tell you what you want to hear, that's a big problem, but that's not my problem. That's a you problem. That tells me there's a bigger issue here. And again, that's an internal one where you can't accept anything that might not fit the narrative in what you've built up in your head. So I'm just putting that out there now. Whenever I do a reading, I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm seeing. And no, I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass, tell you everything is sunshine and rainbows and puppy dog farts. That's not where you're going to get from me. Again, I don't have any financial incentive here to do this. I don't care about clicks, interactions, or anything like that. I don't have an ego the size of fucking Texas. So I don't care if I have over 1,000 followers or if I have 10. I don't do that for this. I don't do these readings for that reason. Okay. I do these readings because I like them. And I feel it's okay to share them. And people tend to enjoy when I share them with them. And I'm okay with that. If it ever becomes a point where I'm no longer enjoying sharing them, I will stop. It's just that simple. I have no incentive to continue doing this if I stop liking doing it. You know what I mean? And I sure as hell am not going to continue to do it if it's a lie. Okay, you're not going to get that from me. You guys know that. I'm going to be straightforward. I'm going to tell you what the fuck's up, whether you like it or not. I'm going to be fucking for real. When you come to listen to one of my readings, that I'm going to tell you what the fuck is up. Okay, whether you like it or not. I'm going to tell you to chill the fuck out. I'm going to tell you things that are hard. Okay, because personally, I'm of the mentality I would rather have a hard truth than a flowery, fictional falsehood. Okay? I'd much rather somebody be harsh and truthful with me than blowing smoke up in my ass and telling me things that are not true. Because in my opinion, that is more harmful to the fandom as a whole. To get your hopes up and your wishes up, and then only to have your feet knocked out from underneath you the next moment when you find out that shit's not actually taking place, that it's not true. That is one thing in this fandom that keeps me up at night about my own personal readings that I post, my public readings that I post. I worry about the outcome with the fandom, with those who follow me, who come to my readings. I worry about building your expectations up only to have them dashed the next day when something else happens. Because, again, these are real people with real lives and real decisions to make, okay? They're not here for our entertainment, okay? They're real fucking people, okay? And they're entitled to make their own decisions, and they don't have to do what we want them to. This is not an 8-part miniseries. These are real people. These are real fucking people. We have to keep that in mind. These are real people. And it is unfair. It is so unfair to them to put our expectations on them. Okay? And, I don't want to add to that personally. I don't want to add to that. I don't want to add to the chaos at all. So I'm trying to be very cautious about how I go about public readings. Okay. I don't want to sit there and build your expectations up higher than what I'm actually seeing in my readings. I'm not going to allow my own emotions and my wants to, influence this. So anyways, you guys have been warned. But then again, I don't know what I'm going to come up with because I have not read on them in about a month. So, we will see what comes forth. But understand that if it is not what you want it to be, I'm still fucking saying it, and I'm still going to put it out there, and I'm not going to sugarcoat shit for you, okay? I'm not going to do that. So I feel like you guys are all grown-ass adults, and you should be able to handle the truth for what it is at this point. We've been through war already together. You should be able to handle it at this point. Understand that all this stuff comes from a place of love and solidarity with you guys, because I do actually care about your mental health. I do care about your feelings, and I do care about this fandom. I'm not getting off this fucking ship. I'm not going to get off the ship, but I'm going to be more respectful of the two that are the reason I'm on this fucking ship. Okay? I'm going to be a lot more respectful of their energy, of their free will, and their own decisions. Okay? I'm going to be a lot more respectful of that, and I hope that you will as well. Okay? No matter what the outcome is, we need to be respectful of them as human beings. So, anyways, guys, enough preaching from me for the day. I am going to get off of here. I hope you enjoyed your forecast for 2025. You got lots of advice here, and I will be dropping more zodiac readings this weekend to finish off the year of 2024. Hopefully you guys will enjoy those as well. I've really enjoyed doing them. I found a lot of joy in it, and as I said, I've been doing these in our readers group with different readers. Some you know, some you don't, and they have been so much fun. They've been great. We've come up with some wild things that have come out to be proven to be very accurate in our lives, which is really pretty great. So hopefully some of you guys will have the same kind of reactions. And then as for Luke and Nick readings, I plan on doing one soon. I'm not sure exactly when. Part of me is feeling like I need to work on a new spread, a spread for them, like something I've been kind of cooking up with my spirit guide, a special spread for them. And once that is completed in my mind and I have it exactly the way I want it, I feel like that's when I'm going to do the reading. And I feel like there's maybe something specific that spirit wants me to find out, and that's why I'm being pushed in that direction. So once that is ready, I will be posting one. It could be any time, honestly. I can't really even tell you. So I'm just going to say soon, and we'll leave it at that. All right, guys. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And, as always, be blessed, bless others, and take care.